The Fantastic Four have now gotten a second trailer release from Marvel, and guys, I was already excited, really looking forward to this movie. I didn't think my hype level could go up anymore, but after seeing this new trailer, I gotta say, it's fantastic.
Say that again?
Is that joke still gonna be funny come July when it's time for me to review the movie? It better be. It's the only joke I got with this movie. So what I'm going to be doing here for you guys is giving you my trailer breakdown on the second trailer for the Fantastic Four, pointing out little Easter eggs that you might have missed, details here and there, how this could set up Avengers Doomsday, whether we think the Fantastic Four are going to lose or beat Galactus, because there is a shot in this trailer that makes it look like the Fantastic Four fail in saving Earth. I'm gonna really want to hear from you guys. What did you think of this trailer for the Fantastic Four? Did it get your excitement level even higher? All right, so kicking things off with this second trailer for the Fantastic Four, First Steps, they're giving us the rundown and really quick origin story that most of us should know by now. After 2 Hollywood reboots, this is just a smart thing to do, no longer spending half the movie building up to the origin of the Fantastic Four. It looks like this is exactly how it'll play out in the movie, where they just say,
"Wow, folks, we all know the story. 4 brave astronauts head up into space and come back forever changed."
While then transitioning to a bigger focus on the Fantastic Four being celebrities in this universe. I absolutely love this sequence of the Thing just entertaining kids and picking up a car. And even though I was kind of upset when I first heard that the Fantastic Four movie would take place on their own separate universe away from the MCU, even though the MCU is free now to use them, I gotta admit, everything that we're getting from this movie seems to be so worth it. It just feels very refreshing, different. The director and creative team already mentioned, do not expect any cameos or appearances from other superheroes in this movie. The Fantastic Four are the only heroes of this universe. And I guess the angle I'm most curious about is how much their celebrity egos is gonna play into the story, because we do get a look at a lot more merchandise the Fantastic Four have in this world, like cereal boxes with them on the back of it, a shot of Fantastic Four toys, and in previous trailers we've gotten Halloween outfits. I do kind of hope this is a big part of the movie, because I would love to see them explore the theme of them treating being superheroes like celebrities, and it really does affect their egos to whenever it comes time to actually battle something that matters, it puts them back in check that this is a serious thing. I mean, we even get this line from Reed Richards in the trailer.
"It's my fault. I stretched the bounds of space, and they hurt."
I'm going to be very curious to see what he means by that. We know Reed Richards is supposed to be one of the smartest people of their universe, and if his mind is being inflated by being thought of as a celebrity and someone who can do no wrong, once he starts messing with the fabric of reality, maybe finding a way to jump universes to the MCU, could the research and stuff that Reed has been doing be the thing that got Galactus on his radar? From there, though, the next big reveal that the trailer lets us know is that yes, Sue Storm and Reed Richards are pregnant, and they're going to be having a child, Franklin Richards. In the comics, he is considered a mutant and one of the most powerful Marvel characters because he essentially has the ability to warp reality. We also kind of got a small look at what the family could look like with the baby from the leaked concept art that's supposedly fake, but I'm thinking this is very much real. I do wonder if the baby will be born in the middle of this movie, by the end of this movie, and how much they plan to include Franklin in further sequels. Because Franklin is such a powerful OP character, I don't know how you handle that. But with those kind of key plot points out of the way, we are then finally given our first look at this universe's version of the Silver Surfer, played by Julia Gardner, who is named Shala Ball. Now, I honestly think she looks fantastic.
Say that again?
Genuinely, it's so funny how whenever we get a new trailer, it's the immediate thing to be the CGI cops, the does it look right? Send it back to the microwave, 30 more seconds. Admittedly, the effect doesn't look all that much different from the Silver Surfer that we got in the early 2000s Fantastic Four movies, but I feel like there's really only so much you can do with a chrome figure. This still looks really great. And for those who are still pissed about it being a female Silver Surfer this time around, I still think it makes perfect sense with this being an alternate timeline, a different universe. This isn't a gender swap Silver Surfer. The origin story of the original Silver Surfer was that he was Norrin Radd, a guy who was chosen by Galactus to be his herald, and he made that sacrifice not only to save his home planet, but also his love interest, Shala Ball.
I love you.
Galactus, take me with him! Take me with him!
That same origin story is happening here, except the roles are reversed. Shala Bal will be the one to make the sacrifice to save her love, Norrin Radd. As a quick side note, I do just want to point out the Fantastic car in the background. Really happy that they're including that. I cannot wait to see all 4 of the members just packed into the vehicle driving around. But this Silver Surfer does let them know that their Earth has been marked for destruction.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death.
Leading to a chase sequence where Johnny Storm goes flame on and chases her into outer space. Again, I saw a lot of people pulling out the comparisons to the Silver Surfer chase in the early 2000s movie, and people were like, why would they do that whole sequence again? I mean, Johnny's one of the only Fantastic Four members that can fly. Silver Surfer's shooting out into space. It just makes sense, and honestly, it led to some really beautiful imagery. Seeing Joseph Quinn touch the Silver Surfer board and then be shoot away, I think is some really cool imagery, and that's just another thing I am so excited about with this Fantastic Four movie. It doesn't feel flat or lifeless like some comic book movies do nowadays, or kind of repetitive by the numbers. This just feels like such a exciting, vibrant world because of its retro futuristic aesthetic. Another quick Easter egg before we move on is we do have a building off to the side named Westview. Since this movie is being directed by Matt Shakman, who was also the creative head on WandaVision, it makes sense that there's a small Easter egg there. People have also pointed out that Agatha Harkness first makes an appearance in the Fantastic Four and is even a nanny for Franklin Richards. I doubt they're going to go that far, but I guess you'll never know. From there, the trailer starts leaning into the Fantastic Four going on an important mission that could lead to the destruction of Earth. Gonna put pause on that because there's other little details I really want to talk about before we get to asking the question, is this how the Fantastic Four destroy their world and end up in the MCU? Is for one, the costumes. They're being much more showcased this time around in the second trailer, and each costume is slightly different from a member in the Fantastic Four. It is kind of really bugging me that Reed Richards is the only one without a white collar, but maybe I guess this is just to symbolize he's the leader of the group. Sue Storm's costume has the white collar, but doesn't have white stripes running alongside her arms. That's what the Thing has over here, the white collar with white stripes on the arms. And Johnny's has the collar, white stripes, but it's a lot thicker, and it even looks like his suit is almost made of a different material, probably because it has to withstand him going up in flames. But overall, just a fantastic look.
Say that again?
The white boots and white gloves really do something for me where I just am so happy with this. These are really such cool designs, and honestly some of the better Marvel costumes they've come out with, because I don't feel these are over designed at all. They hit that right spot of being designed enough but simplistic also. In the moments in the trailer where we get to see some of them in action, I'm still trying to get a great shot of Johnny Storm when he goes flame on, because I want to see if he's going to have that textured look like in the comics, because in these shots he's still looking pretty standard to a person just all on fire. This moment of Thing that's clobbering down some beams on a building, I wonder if this is a strategy to get a building to fall on Galactus when they're going up against him. I'm sure many of you out there also had the same thought of this moment with the Thing saving this ship by pulling the chain, that it just so heavily resembles this moment from Batman vs Superman. You know what they say, blueprint is the Zack Snyder. Sue Storm with her invisibility powers looking great, but it was Reed Richards finally stretching. Oh my goodness, thank you, Feige. I was getting worried we weren't going to see much of Reed Richards using his stretchy abilities. There were even rumors that he was ashamed of his powers and didn't use them because his mind is his power. That could still be a factor in the movie, and maybe Reed Richards only goes it when absolutely necessary, but just these sequences, dude, it gets me happy. I love me a good stretchy ability, and it looks like his costume stretches along with him as it should. I am sad it's like the only moment in the trailer we get to see him use his ability, but fine, that's okay with me. I also love how there's even a little number 4 on the bottom of their boots. Just again, these suits all around, fantastic.
Say that again?
But let's go on now to the shot in the trailer where it's this moment of what looks like Earth is being destroyed and the Fantastic Four are all watching it happen from their spaceship. There is a moment in the trailer where the Fantastic Four are getting ready to go up into space. They're in their astronaut outfits. Everybody's taking photos of them, and the civilians in public there are very worried about this mission where they ask Reed,
Are we safe?
I don't know. There's not enough time.
making it seem like this is one of their final attempts to fight Galactus, defeat him, and whatever ends up happening in space, whenever they get back to Earth, it's looking to be destroyed. I've said it since this movie was announced and I found out that this film was going to take place on an alternate universe in the MCU. Well, we got to have a reason for them to jump to the MCU, and what better reason than them not having a home to go to? But then again, there could be different explanations for this shot in the trailer. For one, I think this could be like a vision of the future that Johnny Storm gets when he touches the Silver Surfer's board. It does seem like he has kind of like an awakening, or he saw something. So this shot could just be what is going to happen if they don't stop Galactus, not necessarily what is going to happen. I saw some other really interesting theories that maybe the Fantastic Four are going into space to find Galactus first, and they come across a planet that Galactus is in the middle of devouring. That would honestly be really great setup and just show the destruction Galactus is capable of if they witness firsthand, oh, this dude can actually destroy planets. Let's go back to ours and make sure he doesn't do that. So I don't know. There's a part of me that wouldn't want this Earth destroyed because I do just love the setting and timeline, and it kind of would be nice to get a whole Fantastic Four trilogy where they're their own superheroes, and it's just through the multiverse or Avenger movies where they team up and interact with other heroes. The last thing I really wanted to mention though is these final shots of Galactus where you can see him stomping through the city. That's also what I'm just so excited about, is how they're actually going to fight this being. They have mentioned in interviews that Galactus will be able to morph his size, so he could be the size of Godzilla, or he could end up being so huge that Earth is basically like a marble to him. I'd like him to be decent kaiju size to see the Fantastic Four fight him off, but all in all, everything is looking fantastic. It is fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. You said it, I say it, we'll all say it again.
It's fantastic.
How are you guys feeling about the second trailer for the Fantastic Four? What are your predictions for how the movie will end and how they'll eventually come to the MCU? Love to hear all your opinions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.